Hi guys and welcome back to the kingdom. I hope you guys have had positive and productive weeks this week. So this week I'm going to be doing something different. It is still going to be book art. I am still making over a book, but I'm not just using paint. So as you guys know, or if you don't know, you've been living under a rock, V.E. Schwab has recently released The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. V.E. Schwab is one of my all-time favourite authors. I love her so much. I love everything she's ever written. I own special edition copies of all of her books, except The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, mostly because I wasn't aware that special editions were being sold, and then I got there way too late and they'd already sold out. But thankfully, I know how to make my own, and I am in love with this book. This might just be my favourite ever V.E. Schwab book, or just favourite book full stop. I am in love. Now for those of you that don't know, this is the UK cover. So this is the dust jacket, I've taken it off the book, and it's beautiful, I love it. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. But a part of me preferred the American cover, a picture which will appear here. Also, there was an advert going around where the stars are sparkling, and I was like, you know what, I really want that on a book. So I'm going to try and put LED lights that twinkle in a constellation on the book. Yeah. So, for those of you who don't know, this is the book without the dust jacket. We don't have any sprayed edge, so we're going to have to fix that. On the front, we've got is it Henry or Luke? I don't know. But I love this. I love this image. The only thing that would make it better is if I could somehow get some like LED lights in here. But I can't like drill into the book or anything because of these beautiful end pages. Just look how stunning those end pages are. So at the moment, I'm going to leave this as is and try and come up with a way to somehow save this image or see this image in the future. And I have a few ideas as to how that could work. So that'll be another video, of a part 2 if you will. But the back is completely blank, which means I can try and do my constellation lighting up of the book on the back. So for this project, everything that I use will be linked in the description down below. The key things for the circuit are going to be the Arduino, the 5-volt power supply, the LEDs, wires, and the whole, soldering kit. And for building the case, it's going to be the plexiglass. I'm also using some air dry clay and some blue tack and some paint. So that's essentially everything I'm going to use for this project, assuming it goes right. Also, you may see my boyfriend's face turn up in the video because he has been helping me particularly write the Arduino code. So it's been a learning process for the both of us, sort of getting this to work, which has been really fun. Also, shout out to my friend Hannah from Books, Life and Other Oddities, who is a far superior Arduino coder. She's like won national competitions or whatever. So Hannah, this is for you. I am so sorry if my rudimentary entry-level stuff is just butchery of Arduino. It probably is, but I think it's going to look super cool. So without further ado, let's jump to it. So this is the setup. So over here we've got an Arduino Starter Kit that belongs to my partner, and that's where we've done most of our original testing for the LED and the code, because we've got a breadboard. That means we can change around the circuit, and we've got a much larger Arduino. But because it's so big, I don't want this one to be the one that we use on the actual book. But there's loads of other stuff in here that we've been like testing and playing with, which gives me so many ideas for the future, which is very exciting. This is just some wiring. This is a soldering kit that came with some wire strippers. It's all contained within there. So this is a battery that you can use to recharge phones. I think it holds about 10,000 milliamp hours, which means it's going to run for a really long time. I reckon we'll be able to get, well, we're using 7 LEDs today, so I reckon that this will have them run for like a good 8 hours just off of one pack. It also means that it's really easy to take around and move places and show people if I want to. And a lot of people will probably have like one of these like phone batteries in their bag. I know that I constantly carry one. All of my friends constantly carry one in case our phone dies. So that just adds a layer of versatility rather than having to find a wall to plug it into. It can just go around anywhere and the lights can show. So these are the Arduinos that I bought online. They are Arduino Nanos because they're really tiny, and if you want to see one out of the packet, because we've been experimenting with them, they're currently not soldered. The wires have just sort of been wrapped around the pins, but they're really tiny, like that's my thumb next to it. So these are like width and length of a thumb really. Now I've decided that I'm not going to have the Arduino board actually be connected to the book. I think that it can happen at a later date, but I think at the moment, for simplicity's sake, because I've never done an LED project like this before, I'm actually going to have the Arduino sit outside the book and have the wires connected with a little plug here. So here we've got a male plug end, and this is a female plug end. That will essentially connecting together. We'll solder these wires onto more LEDs, which will then go into here. So this is a little template I've worked up on cardboard. So we've got the LEDs pretty much in position. They've got a little bit shaken, and the plexiglass on top obviously still got a layer of stuff on it. It's currently held in place by blue tack, because what we'll want to do is test the diffusion of the light. So diffusing the light means that it doesn't look like it's coming from a single point. Now, because they're stars, it might not be the end of the world if it comes from a single point, but I still like to play around with the diffusion. And these little charms that I bought from Etsy, link will be in the description, because I'd like the stars to actually twinkle. And then my partner and I are going to start playing around with the LEDs and the diffusion to work out how bright we want them, and what effect we can get off of it. So let's go. Moment of truth. Does all of this soldering actually work? So we've got the power pack in the Arduino.
This is not the right connection.
Oh, is it not?
No.
This one then.
Yeah, that's the one.
And then we've got lights. Twinkling. It works, Alex. Okay, so because the lights work, now I play around with some diffusion. Okay, so now I've played around with the diffusion, it's all about making sure that I get the right kind of brightness, the right kind of color, and I don't want to have this like pinprick, quite obviously a light bulb look about the LEDs. I want them to be diffused so they twinkle more like stars do. And I think what I've decided is that the brightness needs to go up on the Arduino and the color needs to change just a little bit to get it to be more of that coppery kind of color. But that can all be changed through the programming. So that will probably be like a final step once we've got all of the lights basically wired up. The other thing that we've done is we have glued down all of the LEDs to the cardboard. And we've got the first one wired up, so let me show you. So this is what we've got. So essentially the LEDs are now all stuck down onto the cardboard into their permanent positions, and this one is all wired up. So this will be a connector, so you can disconnect or connect the book to different Arduinos or different power sources, depending on what you want to do. The whole point is that I wanted this to be versatile. So the next step is to wire up all of these, and then it's a case of putting the case on top, painting and attaching it to the book.
We see the genius at work. Do you want a close-up shot?
At the moment it's not working, so no. Right. Let's get that solder to melt again. Come on. I'm gonna use some pliers because they are more heat resistant than my finger.
Very sensible. Sorry, I will get out of your business.
Hopefully that's
Here's
connected.
one from earlier.
Right, here we go. Dab it gently until it's cool.
Gentle tapping.
There we go.
Beautiful work.
Day 2. So all of the electronics are soldered. I ended up soldering most of it yesterday. Then the light kind of faded and it was evening and I was tired, so I thought I would do the rest of it today. So at the moment we've got the plexiglass plate cut out. It is not in a straight line, but that doesn't matter because I'm going to be using this air dry clay to hold it in place above the electronics. This will protect the electronics from any damage as well as giving a nice rounded smooth edge to the book. 3, which means everything is dry and it works. So as you guys will have already seen from the videos that I taken to post up to Instagram, here we go. Again though, so it lights up. So when I took this in my light box, or took a video in my light box, the lights didn't really show up very well, but I just wanted to show you guys it again so that you guys can see that the lights can quite clearly be shown in daylight. You can see them, it's pretty obvious, even if the camera just doesn't pick up on them like super well, because I am recording on my phone. But there you go, so this is it in just, you know, normal bog standard daylight. I'm really pleased with the results. So this is like a normal book. You haven't marred the inside, beautiful inside pages at all. You can read this as it were per normal. If you wanted to and found that this battery pack in Arduino was annoying you, what we've got here is a male to female plug, so you can unplug it. Now, I really hope you guys found this project fun. I certainly found this project fun. It was so interesting and so new and so different, and I learned a lot. So there are some things that next time when I try and do a project like this, because now I have 1,000 ideas, I would like to try differently. The first thing I would like to do differently is the use of the clay on the cover. It worked well. I think I may just need some practice with the clay. But I didn't get the smoothness that I wanted out of it. So instead of putting the clay straight on the front cover over the plexiglass, one of the things I'm playing with is potentially 3D printing a box that you can sort of attach to the book, which will hold all of the electronics inside. That way you paint the box, as it were, rather than the book, and then you can attach it on. So I think that's going to be quite interesting to see if I can get that to work. One of the other things I'd like to play around with is some gold leaf, maybe some embossing, maybe some leather binding. I've got like 1,000 ideas running around my head about what I could do in the future with LEDs and making books light up. Yeah, I'm really excited. You can do loads of stuff with Arduinos as well, so potentially it lights up when you say a word, or it hears a sound, or you could have like potentially a clock set of LEDs. So I'm really excited about what this could mean for the future. Not all of my projects are going to be LED projects, but if you like LED projects, then I will certainly try to do more of them. I certainly have a few ideas. I have a few ideas for the Nessian book that's coming out. I have ideas for Cinder. I have ideas for Sorcery of Thorns. I have ideas everywhere, just because there's something about LEDs that just, you know, it's not been done before. I've never seen it before, and I just love how it came out. But yeah, it's portable. The Arduino is completely reprogrammable, so if I wanted to change the color of the lights, or their intensity, or the rate they flicker, then it's just a case of reprogramming the Arduino, which is a little computer chip. It's attachable or detachable, the power pack is, so that if you want to read it, you don't have to worry about where the wires are. You can just sort of detach it and read it as it were a normal book, which you want to do because it's such a good book. So yeah, what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments section. Do you have any other ideas for LED projects you'd like to see if I can work some of those in. Bigger projects obviously take more time, which may mean that I reduce my posting to once a fortnight rather than once a week if I end up doing bigger projects like this, simply because they take more time and more planning, and I want to make sure that the videos are good and that the results are good so everyone can enjoy. But yeah, so let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, subscribe and comment. All of the engagement really helps to build the channel, and thank you to everyone who does like and comment and subscribe. You guys are awesome, and I hope you guys all have positive and productive weeks, and I'll see you next time. Bye!